Well, hello. It's getting dark. I was hoping to do this a little bit earlier when it was still light, but I dragged my feet. I've been dragging my feet for a whole month, haven't I? It's been a month, 4 weeks since my last video, but I've got good excuses. Good excuses. Well, they're not excuses, they're reasons, right? Because excuses are tools of incompetence. Got my coffee. Amy, coffee. No water, because it's early enough. Although, I could drink some right before I go to bed. Anyway, let's get into it. I have a pile all over here, skillfully hidden from you, so it looks like I just have this chaos back here, which I've been going through some stuff. Okay, so let's get into it. I was going to do a video on my regular Wednesday. Did not happen because the Saturday before that, I went out to check the mail, and this random car came into my driveway. And lo and behold, it was my best friend, Gina. She surprised me. She drove all the way down from Pennsylvania. It's like almost 1,000 miles. And she drove all the way down and spent the week with me. So, now, I could have done a video, but we were too busy hanging out and having fun. And I didn't feel like it. So there you go. We did just a very little stitching, but a lot of just hanging out and just being our bestie selves, you know, hanging out. We did a lot of driving. Let's see, that Tuesday we went down to the cupboard because they have that stitch night, that stitch in at night on Tuesday nights, and we got some things which I'll show you later. And then on Thursday we drove 4 hours up to my son's to go visit him, and we drove back that night too. Where else? That Friday we went up to a place called Old Town, which is in Kissimmee. I think it's about mile marker 11 away from Disney. This light, much better. And it's basically, it looks like a whole bunch of little shops or houses, house fronts, the shops, and a little street. You can't drive up and down the street. It's not open to the public like that. Basically, you go find a parking spot that's surrounding the area, and there's places to eat and great little shops. They had stones and rock shop for those that do a lot of, I guess, pagan things. Or if you just like stones and chakras and stuff like that, they have a huge, huge store. I was sending pictures to my Coven girls, and they were definitely jealous. They have a 50s shop that's got a ton of like Betty Boop and Lucille Ball and Marilyn Monroe and Elvis, and the register is like, I don't know, like a 57 Chevy, or I don't know, it's one of those old cars, like a piece of that. It's really cool. They have just a whole bunch of different shops like that. If you've ever been to one of those touristy type places, or even the shops like Hershey Park, where they have all different kinds of things, that's what they have. They have a leather shop and all different things, as seen on TV shop. Anyway, so we did that. We went up and down, saw the shops. We went to this Mexican restaurant. It was delicious, but we ended up missing what's called the Friday night cruise. And it used to be more so they had the old cars that were restored, and they would cruise around on that little main street that's not open to the public and explain all the cars. Now it's more some of those and a lot of the hot rods that people are driving. But we ended up just missing it. I mean, we saw them park though, because they parked well before, and they keep the hoods up so you could see everything. They had a live band. He sucked. We won't get into that. Anyway, so we enjoyed ourselves. Then on Saturday, Gina and I went over to the Golden Needle over in Port Charlotte and did some Super Bowl sale shopping, which you'll see. And it's a lot closer than I thought it was. It didn't take as long as I thought it would to get over there. very nice. So, I mean, the cupboard, obviously my girls are there, and Gary, and love them. But there's also the Golden Needle if I want to change a pace. You know, there's options. There's go to the other coast. Anyway, so we did that, and Sunday I think I don't think we left the house. Oh, I lie. We did go to Walmart real quick just for something. Basically, we had to get a couple of things because she was getting ready to drive home the next day. So Monday morning she left, and I had to get back to work doing the truck stuff. And let's see. The following Saturday, which was just this past Saturday, I had to fill in for Gary for Sunshine Stitchers. So I went down to the cupboard. I fell asleep Friday afternoon and took a much longer nap than I really wanted to. You know, one of those where you go to take a nap for like 20 minutes. My naps last either 20 minutes or about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And no, that didn't happen. I woke up, I thought it was a long blink. I was sadly mistaken. 4 hours later I woke up. So I didn't wake up till 11:30 in the morning, which meant my whole night was shot, and I knew I had to wake up early to get down to the cupboard. Anyway, neither here nor there, I ended up taking a nap in the morning, and I was only an hour later getting to the cupboard than I had planned on, which I didn't think was too bad. Got to the cupboard. I wanted to do some stitching. I took it out to stitch and did none. But I did buy a couple things, which you'll see here. And then we went over and made the video. So it was EJ, Sheila, and I, and then Ronnie was obviously at the house because it's his house. And we did the video and had a great time as usual. That is their number 69 video, depending on when you're watching this. But it was their this past Saturday's video. I'm in there. And pretty sure I made it home in about record time. I think I made it home about an hour and 15 minutes. I don't know that I did much more. There weren't many miles done under 70 miles an hour. I just wanted to get home. I was tired afterwards. And usually I'll stay a little bit later, but because of my weird schedule from the night before, I was tired pretty quick. But I got home, and I have been stitching this past month, so that's a good thing. I actually have something to show you. And yes, I've been gone for a month, but I had great reasons because of friends. And it was friend-filled, and I've got no regrets, right? No regrets. Sorry, not sorry. I've got a needle under that says that. So, I had a good time. I hope everybody else has been well over the past month. And let's get on with it. I've done stitching, and I pulled it out and stacked it on, and I'm going to put it in the bags after I'm done for the sake of sanity. Put those bags in this basket when I'm done. Okay, little story. Gina and I are doing this one. It's called Henna Mandala. It's by Ink Circles. Okay, love this. Saw it come out. Both of us said we had to do it, so we got it. We're both doing it with Silks for You Silk, and I can tell you which one it is. It is number PR067. I always forget something. And I reminded myself about this 3 times before the video. Anyway, so we both picked different fabrics, but we're using the same Silks for You. We bought a hank and shared it because it's plenty. And I am doing mine on 32 count Georgia Peach Cobbler from Dixie Sampler Fabrics. It's got that darker flesh tone to it. So Gina gets here and we're talking about our cross stitching and what we want to stitch and blah 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 blah. And I forget exactly what it's called, but on Virtual Stitchers there's a sale going on for the 29th of every month because it's a leap year. I think it's like leap into a new start. So the 29th every month, it's a new start. So I'm not sure, I haven't set in stone on what I'm going to start every 29th of the month, but I knew that I wanted to start Henna Mandala because I had finished my other ink circles. And Gina was here and she happened to have hers. So I pulled mine out and she pulled hers out, and lo and behold, I had made these bags one for each of us, she ended up getting her henna in the same bag. What's the chances of that? So I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, so here's where I got. It was getting later in the night when we did it, and we both were like, okay, let's just do a strand. Because it was the 29th, and I wanted to get it started. And let me see if I can't get this. I should have done a test, huh? That's sort of washing it out a little bit. That's a little bit. It's got more of an orangey tone to the fabric, but it might not convey well. It looks brown. There. That looks good. So that's what the fabric actually looks like. Here's what I did on stitching. The fabric, the thread is a henna looking fabric. It's like I know, there's Claire. But it's got browns and reds. It's pretty cool. It reminds me of the henna ink. But I started in the center, Gina started in the corner, go figure. And we both did a length and then put it away. And that's all I got done on that, because I was trying, I think at the time I also wanted to get stitching on, I think it was Magical Stitches homework type stuff, so I just wanted to get that in and make sure I got my start on it. It will get more love, it will, I promise. Everything's going to get love eventually, right? Alright, so that's one new start, and I have another start. And this was for the red dress sale. It was Gina's red dress sale. It's a sale on Virtual Stitchers. And it's called Dressed Monkey on the Throne. And this was a conversation in Virtual Stitches with a bunch of us. It got out of hand. We ended up wanting to stitch this monkey on a toilet. So we decided, because she has a red dress, we could put it in with Gina's red dress sale. And that's what happened. It is a full coverage. It's not very large. You can find this, and I'll have to put the link below. It's artfire.com. Artfire.com is similar to an Etsy type situation, where it's got a bunch of artists that do things, and they all have their own separate little stores, so to speak, virtual stores. And this is a designer that's there, and she's got several designs, and there's a lot of really cute designs. Okay, so this is full coverage. There's not a lot of colors. I forget how many colors there are. And I did, again, the project cards for it, which this time, since I knew that's what I was going to do, it was easier. So I think there might be 39 or 40 colors. It was easier because I knew exactly what I was going to do with the threads. Now, these are longer. But, in my defense, because I normally wouldn't want it this long, I'm doing 2/1 on 18 count, so they're going to be longer strands because I do the loop method, and there aren't as many colors, so it's not too bad as far as them getting tangled or anything. I haven't had a problem with that. Of course, I've only done 3 homework projects on it, so, but I did the project card thing again. I wrote down the numbers and I numbered the cards as they went along, so I know what card each number is going to be on. Now, with this one, the numbers, and what I don't like is that the numbers aren't in number order. This is the way they were listed. That's how I put them on the cards. So, again, if you wanted to, I have a video, a couple videos ago, where I explained how I made these cards and why, and what I do with them. They're basically for full coverage in Hades, and I just put the amount of thread I'm going to need for the project to save on skeins later on, and to keep it all separated and where it needs to be. And the chart to figure out how many stitches to a skein according to what count your fabric is on, I did post that on my StitchNButton group on Facebook. So if you want to check out that chart, find that chart, you're gonna have to join the group to find it. It's the link to the group is in my description box below. Now, I use this for 3 different problems, like I said, for Magical Stitches, along with doing the new start, and I only got 310 stitches on it. So there's my corner. This is the upper left-hand corner. That's about 3 or 4 greens in there. Yeah, about 3. But that's how far I got on that with my Deadpool. So that's what I did with that one so far. Alright, moving right along. Another source for cool bags. These are reused bags. These are like recycled stuff. This is BlueQ. I'll write it down so I can put the link. BlueQ.com. They have a lot of great bags like this and totes and stuff. I have a couple of their totes. And they have a lot of subversive stuff and funny stuff, socks. So, if you want to check them out. Alright. Now, because Magical Stitches and Sane tells me so, this is why I've been stitching what I'm doing. That's how I decide what I'm going to stitch. So my next thing, in no particular order, I couldn't tell you what day I worked on it because I don't use my planner that well. But I worked on Vader. This is the one that I saw Minty Stitcher stitching and finishing on Instagram, and I played around for a couple months and I finally just had to buy it. So I did. And this is him there. That it's by Stitch Line, that is now Stitch Area on Etsy. I don't know why they changed their name. I didn't ask. I don't care. It's there. This is done on 36 count linen by Vicky Clayton and done with the called for DMC. What I pretty much did was the black circle. I filled in a whole bunch of that. I forget how many stitches I had to get in, a couple hundred, so that's what I did, that and some dark gray. I think there's, yeah, darker gray around that looks like up in here. So that's all I got done on that, but it's still some progress and every little bit counts, right? So that is Vader. Still loving this purple fabric. I think I have another piece. I'm not sure how big it is though. I'm going to have to measure it and see if there's anything else I can put on it. Because I used it for Nevermore, my Edgar Allan Poe piece. Alright. This is in my bag from Christine. Love this bag, Christine. If you're lucky, you can snag one. If you keep an eye on her D-stash, she'll put them up every so often. Probably not this one, but you know. You know what I mean. So, I recently, matter of fact, this is one of my, there was one after this, but this is the one I worked on more recently. It's Darcy's Discovery from Silver Creek Samplers. That's it. And this is part of my Follow the Yellow Brick Road sale that I'm doing. That's the hashtag on it. I know Steph has to get up on there. She's been doing all those Palm Street, and she's got this one. She needs to get back to it. She's got a couple of Oz ones she's working on. Come on, Stephanie. So, I worked on her, and there is... try to catch it. Can you see the... oh, there we go. That's Petite Treasure Braid from Rainbow Gallery. So, I worked on her socks. I had to do, I don't know, the blue in the rainbow and the socks are all the same blue, and that's what I ended up working on. And I might have even worked on the shoe. Because I think I worked on the, yeah, I worked on this twice. So I finished her legs in the shoe and some of the rainbow, and then I did the blue socks and the blue line on the rainbow. And that's all in the past month. And those, again, all prompts, because that's what I was told to do through homework. This is Heritage, and I do believe I picked 32 count, 32 or 36. That's got to be 36 count. Now I gotta look, right? Anyway, it's by Picture This Plus. The needle minder is the Tim Burton inspired needle minder of Oz, and I do have those on my Facebook page. This is 32 count Heartland Belfast Do Not Wash from Pictures Plus. I bought mine at the cover, Gary and I told him, I said, I really need to find a cool fabric for this, but I don't think I want blue. And we saw this, and he's like, oh, this is a newer one, you should get this one. And I looked at the colors, and we both agreed it was going to look fabulous, and it does. And this is the bag. This is Cricklewood Creek. My friend Gina bought me this because she's butterflies, and I am dragonflies. So, that's this bag. Love this one. I am trying to keep all this situated, guys. You just don't know. I only pull these out most of the time for the video, so I don't have to insert pictures. Less editing, that's what I say. Alright, so I also did, because Magical Stitches told me so, I worked on Midsummer Night Fairy, and I forget what the prompt was, whatever. You don't care if you weren't in it, you don't even care, you just want to see the stitching, right? So this is by Mirabilia. This is one of my oldest whips. I think it is my oldest whip now that I finished that other one from Mary Englebright. And this is all the called for colors on the called for fabric, which is Stony Point linen from Witchell 32 count. We know I had issues with sweet and sour sauce on this one and had that out. Thanks to Vicki Clayton, she helped me. Anyway, so what I've done is I've filled in some more over arm. And I am just doing it over 2, and I thought about doing it over 1, but with so much skin behind the wings, I decided over 2 was good for that. So it's over 2 it is. And I don't know why I keep on, I don't have too much to do with this. I know I could just knock this out. And I don't know why there's a mental block on working on her. I don't know. I just need to get it done. I get this done, and I'll be starting the baker's wife soon, my happy hooker self. So I did work on her some more, and I'll fit her in. I keep on trying. I tried to fit her in homework last week, and guess what? I didn't even get to this homework prompt last week. So is what it is. She will get done. And once I get to the beading, maybe I'm lying to myself, but I feel like once I get to the beading's going to go quick for me. I like beading. It doesn't bother me at all. I only worry that I'd crush the bead, so I'd probably have to fit it on one of, I'll have to take different, sorry, work email. Why am I getting an email from work? It's 7 o'clock at night. Excuse me. Anyway, I feel like the beading's going to be good, and I'll skeleton some Q-snaps together to make it big so I don't crush any of the beads, and I could do it all in one. Alright. Little commercial break. All you saw was a blip. My allergies are back. Okay, so my next thing I worked on, or one of the other things I should say that I worked on, was Threadwork Primitives, Beggar's Fourth. This one I did for Alphabet Soup on Semi-Sane, B for Beggars, and I haven't worked on this in a long time. I am doing this on 32 count Americana Frost from Dames of the Needle. I am not using the called for threads. I sort of just put together what I had and what I liked, and I'm using one thread, 1/2 on this 32 count. So it's kind of sparse, but I like it. And what did I do? I did something around here. I did some leg, and then I took some leg out, and I did some more leg. I'm trying to look and see. And then I did the blue. I did the blue and all the red in here. I pretty much finished up what was going on in here. And that was for, I had to show some progress, and I think I did this for one of the prompts. I only had to do like 100 or 200 stitches, something like that, for a prompt on School Magical Stitches, because I try to make them work for each other. Get them double dipping between the two of them. Alright. I also did a bit on, I forget how many stitches, it doesn't matter. I worked a good bit on One Nation. I did a couple of prompts for it. This is One Nation. It's from Bygone Stitches. Again, I will tell you again, this is where I found my love for Cupid. From Crescent Colors, aka Classic Colorworks. And it says to put it on Cashel Ale. I tell everyone, go a little darker. I'm telling you, go a little darker. It works better. I have mine on Creekbed Brown, which is a little darker. And this board isn't big enough, but look how much I've got done. I did the whole line of New Jersey, and then I did some more in the center part here. I did a lot in there as far as letters and lines, and then I had to work on blue for magical stitches, so I did some more outlining around the stars, and then I had to do 111 stitches 3 times, and I know that there's 97 white stitches on each star, so it was easy to do a star and then fill in some blue for the extra stitches to make it 111. So I got a good portion. I bet I got about 1,500 stitches in on this. Funny fact, when they charted this, it's a few pages. The state of Massachusetts has a very large name. So on the chart, the one page says M, and the last page says Massachusetts. I got a giggle out of it. Anyway, so this is what they called for threads. Even the original named called for threads because I kidded it when it first came out. One Nation. Put that away. So it's coming along very nicely. J-Long needs to get on hers. Come on, J-Long. I'm gonna beat you. Keep on getting prompts. I'm definitely gonna beat you. I had to recently work on something, the letter C for Alphabet Soup, plus I had to work on something that had people, and then I had to work on something with faces. I had to stitch on the face. So I chose to work on this one. It's in the chart, down to the C, from Cricket Collection, the C. I'm doing Sailing. They consider this one called Sailing, and I had to double check. And you just do the guys and then put the word sailing up there. So this is all I'm doing is this one. I'm not doing this. And I am stitching this on a blue fabric. You know, I can never remember the names of this stuff. I probably got the paper in here somewhere. I do. Silk Weaver, Jaslyn. It's a solo 28 count. It's in one of my oops bags. I messed up on the thing up top, and I won't sell it. But I could use it for my sailing. Anyway, here it is. I ended up, I think since you last saw it, I filled in old pants here. I put the extra couple of rows here in that, because I used it for a few prompts. The pants down the bottom, because I was missing a few rows, I put their shoes in. I'd started his shirt and this right here, and then their faces got done. What's great is I had to do 100 stitches on a face, and that was actually 102 altogether with that face in the neck area. So that's what I got done on that one. It's pretty easy stitching because it's all those solid colors. Let's see. Put this away. And the last thing I worked on was animal magnetism. I told the story before about how I had a good chunk of it done and it was stolen along with some other stuff, a couple other things that were kitted. A lot of money gone, a lot of anger and sadness going with it, and a lot of time wasted. So it took me a long time to start it over again. One of the reasons being was I only had a working copy. Now, the working copy wasn't great, and I finally decided I really liked it and I wanted to start it, so I did. And ever since then, I've been looking and looking and looking for the chart. It's out of print. It's a Dimensions Chart and Charms. And I've looked on eBay and different sites and not found it. As a matter of fact, pretty sure the night before we went to the cupboard, Gina and I looked again on eBay and stuff. We did all kinds of searches for it, and we couldn't find it. I think we might have found one that was in the UK, and they wanted like $60 for it. So I was like, well, and that was on the UK eBay, so I don't even know if we could actually buy it from that. Anyway, so we were like, okay, fine. So we gone down to the cupboard, and Gina was walking around and shopping, and I sat down. I think I actually put a couple stitches in that night, maybe. Anyway, I was sitting down with EJ and the girls at the cupboard while Gina shopped, and I look over, and what is hanging on the wall? It was hanging there. I don't know how long it had been there. I had not seen it there before. Maybe it came to the front for some reason. But apparently it's been there since 2015, maybe? I mean, it has the 31st anniversary covered on there. It says 2012. And then the tag says 8/15, which is usually when they tagged it. Maybe that's when she started doing these tags. Anyway, the owner, I do have some purchases from that day and then the second time. But the owner heard me talking about it and what had happened with it, and she wouldn't let us pay for it. So thank you so much, Karen. You have no idea. Well, maybe you do. You know how precious this is for me. I don't even want the charms. I'm not using these charms. I'm going to pick my own charms because it's two elephants and 2 zebras, and I think I actually want to change. See how it's yellow here? I think I want to change it to a gray and use silver charms and put 4 different animals that would match what's here. So that's my thought on it. Anyway, again, good people, and I'm so happy to have this. Like, I even kept it packed up because I haven't worked on it since I got that. It wasn't in the homework. But I did get a lot done on this. And wait till you see. Look at this elephant. Again, his ear. I was working on his ear. I think I am all done the ear. Except, now this line here, that is, you'll see, that's his tail going down the front of the ear. So the ear's done here, and I started working in onto the inner ear and his head and eye area. So that's where I'm at. I think I can actually move the Q-snap now because it was pretty much dead center for the whole time, which sort of limits everywhere else I was going, but there's so much going on here. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to... I know I need to do the other ear, so maybe I'll just scooch it over, and enough so I can get the back stitching. I need to start back stitching on him because if I keep all that back stitch until last, I'll never get it done. But I'm really loving it. I am doing this on a 28 count. I think it's a linen from like Charles Craft or something like that. One of those tube linen things that you get from Michael's. And I just took a whole piece and I'm using it. And it's working out pretty well. Pretty well. Usually those linens have some huge ugly slubs in them or kind of wonky. And this one was a good piece, so I'm happy with it. And I've used some of those before and got rid of the linen because I just couldn't stand it. So I guess it's a hit or miss. So I have it. Alright. And this is in my bag from Ronnie. White seals. Okay, well, you know it's right side up on the front. Look at these seals. Huh? How cute they are. Each mommy's giving the baby kisses. me put this in here. And that goes in there. Now, my plans are to do whatever Magical Stitches and Sane tell me. So one of the things I'll be working on probably tonight is I think I have to do 200 stitches. I don't know, where's one of my planners? I've got a happy planner and a moderately jovial one. So this one's close by. Let's look real quick. So I'll be working on Good Friends. Good Friends is from Sue Hillis. It's part of a couple of different charts she's got in there, and I'm doing the larger one. Now, that being said, I am not doing these flowers. They're a pain in the ass, and I don't want to do them. So everything's being moved up. I don't need the flowers. It's not going to really take away. It'll make it a little bit shorter and probably easier to find a frame for it, too. I'm doing it over one. I don't know why I did that. I think it was because of the piece of fabric I wanted to use. And I have to do 300 stitches. And that's for Magical Stitches. I'm also doing the Around the World, or I think I got 2,000 stitches for Around the World, and then on top of that, I did all that stuff on, it was over 1,000 stitches on animal magnetism, and I forgot to put the ending picture, so it didn't count. They counted towards Magical Stitches, just not towards the Sane. What are you gonna do? You can only try. This month, Around the World is for Hawaii. So One Nation, I was thinking, now I could do 5,000 on anything and 1,000 on each prompt. So I'm thinking One Nation might get 1,000 because it's got the word Hawaii on it. It's part of the United States. Because you have to do anything that has to do with Hawaii. How about the flag? Anyway, there's other things too, but this one is closest finish, and I can't think of anything else that might be closer to a finish than this one. Here it is. I mean, I have Snort there, right? And I think I spaced it right to put Go For The in there. So I don't have that much left to do. I have to, there's some fiddly parts of the flowers I have to do around, and then finish off the piggy and the words, and I'll be done. So it shouldn't be, and I know I've been putting this off because it's over one and it's a pain in my ass. But it'll be cute when it's done, so there you go. That is my plan. 300 on it. I wonder if I have 300 stitches left on this. Although, if I finish it, I forget what the prompt said to do. I don't know. We'll see. So that's that. More plans. There is an awesome pattern studio sale going on in Virtual Stitchers. And I got the Dragonfly, and I showed them before. I bought the Dragonfly and Betty Boop. And I printed out Dragonfly because I think that's the one I want to start for that sale. I forget exactly when it starts, but I was thinking about it, so I printed it out, and I want to get that kitted up. That's on my plans. And, oh, for those that might wonder what happened to Virtual Stitchers, basically, we had a bad egg. We had a bad egg that was sharing patterns and making people uncomfortable and starting crap. So we did a major clean out on it. There was also a mole, and we're still not sure if we've gotten the person yet. We're still keeping vigilant. And basically, we've hidden the group for now. So the only way you can get in the group is if you're invited. Bottom line. So if you know somebody that's in the group and you want to come, they will have to contact one of the admins or mods. I'm one of the moderators. And let them know, hey, I'm inviting so-and-so. And I'm vetting for them. And that's the only way you're going to be able to get in. Because I'm the one that puts the hammer down on whether you get in or not. And that's just the way it's going to be. It's more of a safety reason. I understand that people are shy. But when you come into a group that's about being on video with people and talking with people, then you're going to have to either get over that or you don't want to participate. Now, that being said, I'm not saying... We have a couple of people. One doesn't have a camera. One is sick and really can't video. So they talk with us, and they show us our progress on the group, and they participate. What I'm talking about is those that never come in. I know that some come in sparsely because of one reason or another, and that's fine too. If we know you, it's different. And I know that sounds weird, but maybe it doesn't sound weird. Maybe you do get it. That if we know you, if I talk to you all the time somewhere else, and just because you don't participate so much in Virtual Stitchers, we're asking for you to, you know, participate. It's not a lurking group. And when you come in the video, you got to think, and I explained it to somebody that we ended up kicking out because she didn't want a video, she didn't want to talk. She stayed muted and off camera for hours. Why? So she's just listening to us. We didn't know who she was. And this isn't even the bad egg, but we didn't know who she was. And then she gave us attitude when we told her the rules. Well, you know, you don't walk into somebody's house and question their rules and then give them attitude about it. You can get the hell out. That's how I feel about it. We talk about our lives, you know, we talk about stitching and stuff, and that's mainly what we're there for, but as in being friends, you end up talking about other things, and we're sitting in our houses. You know, I'm not going to go in and show all of YouTube my bedroom and my kitchen and stuff, but people on Virtual Stitchers might have seen it if I walk through with my phone or something. And there's different things I'm going to say on here that I wouldn't, yeah, or on Virtual Stitchers that I wouldn't tell the mass public, and people don't understand that. That, you know, we're sitting here and we're comfortable with the people we have in our group to talk about things. So when somebody comes in, we don't know them, obviously we're going to be a little bit removed from them at first until we get to know them, and that's nature. That's the nature of the beast with any new person in any group. So if you want to join, I'm just going to let you know now, you have to be vetted. We need to know who you are, that you know somebody in the group, and you're going to have to be invited. And that's just the bottom line. I don't feel bad about doing it. And unfortunately, some people probably got kicked out that were totally innocent in it, but they're always welcome to try to come back in. That's not a problem if they want to follow the rules. Bottom line. Otherwise, there's tons of groups out there. Why do you have to be in ours if you don't want to participate? It doesn't make any sense. You know, it's like me wanting to, I don't know, I want to go to a male barbershop and just sit there and watch people. No, that's just not, if I'm not there to actually get the service, then why would I be there? And that's how I feel about it. Anyway, off my surf box. Let's go on and get this done because I know this is going to be long. Maybe not as long as I think. I don't know. Anyway, so let's go on to what I've received. I have a little bit of Happy Mail or Evil Mail. I received a Valentine's card, which is very sweet. I received a Valentine's card with a spider on it from Carla, Craft Addict K. Brat, among other bad words. She put in some purple 553 and some plastic bobbins with the little card that says, "Hope your Valentine's Day is crawling with fun." Thank you, Carla, I think. We had a good laugh about that. She knows how I am about spiders. What else did I get? I received from a friend of mine. She was done stitching this, and I said, "Hey, what are you doing with that chart?" She said, "Apparently I'm sending it to you." So she sent it to me. And again, I think I'm going to do this in the same color palette that I chose for my Santas, my Prairie Schooler Santas that I'm doing, even though this isn't technically one. But I think that's probably pretty much, I prefer my color palette over what they choose. So I received that in the mail. I also received my Floss of the Month. From Victoria Mono. I'm just going to show you real quick the colors that they sent. There we go. That's pretty true to life. This one is Hilltop Green, right there. This one, right, the yellow is falling, so that one is Sunny Gold. No, Sunny Glow, Harvest Bounty, Peddler, which is like a terracotta color, Crocodile. I read it as chocolate. I'm like, that's green. Crocodile. And Spring Columbine. So that was last month's. Because I should be getting this month's soon. What else did I get? Alright, we will get this done. Work called. Alright, so I received my Victoria Moda sampler threads. I should be getting another pack in from my next video, which is, yay, why not? I also, I signed up for, I'm going to put that down and show you this. No, not yet. No, I'll wait, you wait. I also purchased, when I was at the cupboard the first time, I was actually busy talking to EJ and stuff, and there's going to be some crinkling, because I ended up buying one of their cross-stitch book chart grab bags, $10 for birds, 11 books. Now, out of all 11 books, there's 4 of them that I don't think there's anything I'm going to read it, or I mean read. I sort of read it, I guess. I looked at the pictures anyway, right? Words are hard. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything out of this one. I don't think I want to do anything out of this one either. Or this one. This says, don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk in back of me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Very cute. I'm not going to stitch it. And Bluebirds and Blue Jays. Not going to do those 4. Now, not bad, because the other ones I'm kind of interested in. This one I think is going to look a lot better than the picture, and it's these cardinals. Amy, are you looking? Look at these cardinals. Look how cute they are. I think that's going to look really good, especially if I choose the right fabric for them. I think they're going to look cool. And then there's some more cardinals and some chickadees on this one. And this one is In Good Company by Color Charts. Anybody remember Color Charts? This one's called Bird Watching. And this one also has some really cool cardinals in it. Look at that. And I don't know what the other birds are. I'm not even going to act like I really know. There's some birds. Okay. And a birdhouse. And then there's a blue jay and a woodpecker on the back. And a robin. See, I do know a couple of them. But I'm mostly interested in those cardinals. I'm debating on the woodpecker. And the blue jay I'm debating on. Now this one, I don't know. I don't want to get rid of it. I got an inside joke with Gina about ducks anyway, but there's some in here that are actually kind of cool, so I figured why not? It's not going to take up that much space. It's called Ducks for Him and Counter Cross Stitch by Green Apple Company. And I think they're really pretty. I mean, they're well done. Even though it's an older chart, they're very well done. They're very well charted and detailed. So, I think that's why I like it. And you just never know. So, keep that. This one is called MPR, the Portfolio Series. And it says, Those Who Give Love, Gather Love. And it's called Gathering Love. And it's this. It's that chart right there, that duck with the quilt. But it's also the print. So you can frame it together. I'm trying to see if you can, what you see. There you go. So it's that print along with the mat and the cross stitch chart in there. So I thought was pretty cool. I don't know if it'll ever come to fruition like that, but I think it's cool. So I'm keeping it. And then there's this one called Country Quackers to Cross Stitch, Gaggles of Geese and Flocks of Ducks, all with a country flair. And some of them are very outdated, some are very cute. I decided to keep it because it's got a menagerie of items in there. that may come in handy one time or another. You just don't know. There's that. I don't see anything in the back here that I'd want to do. What did I see? I think I saw stuff inside. Maybe. I'm trying to see. Hold on. I actually have this fabric. But I won't do that. I don't know. There was something in here. I don't know. Caught my eye. And I don't know. I might get rid of this. It's kind of falling apart anyway. And when I say get rid of it, I probably put them on some free table or something like that. Then there was the last thing I received in this pack was this Women's Circle Count a Cross Stitch, the magazine for cross stitch lovers. It's in December 1986. Okay. How majestic that duck is. Anyway, that's not why I want to keep it. First of all, I'd like to see, they used to have really cool articles in these older magazines, so I'd like to look through that. And they have, I know they have pictures somewhere of this stuff, so hang on, let me find it. There's a stocking in here that's pretty cool. There's a tree I probably won't do. These... What is going on with this owl? Why does he look like he's got an afro? And those eyebrows on him. Anyway, there's these birds. This one's not too bad. When I saw this, just says owl. I don't know what he looks like, but it's just wrong. I don't know, it makes me laugh. There are a couple simple barns in here that would look kind of good if you don't use 2 strands for back stitching. You'd get a little bit more delicate on them. I think it looks pretty cool. I think they did 2 strands or something on that. That one's okay. I do like that one. But like I said, you'd have to do a little bit more delicate like. It looks like they used 2 strands. I'm trying to find that. They have pictures. This Noel is really cool, but I'd use my own color palette. I like that. But I'd definitely change up the colors. Bring it up to this century. I'm trying to find the picture of the Christmas stocking that's in there. Here it is. I'd also might change the colors on that, but I think that's really pretty. Imagine it a little updated. That's all. But I like that, so I'm going to keep that. That was that. That was on that Tuesday when we went to visit that we received all those. Now, the second time I went, which was Saturday, I didn't really have plans to buy stuff, but I did anyway because they had some cute sale things. 2 of the sale things they had were these. They were only $2 a piece. And it's the front and mirror image of this, so you can do a front and back on that ornament. And look, he's got a little cardinal on his head. And then there's the front and mirrored image of this one on here. So you do the front and back for that and put them together. Now, they have the little charms that go in the center. I think the yellow one here is a little flower shape or star shape. And this one is a heart shape. They're kind of plasticky. They don't have a good weight, so they don't hang well in there. I have better beads for that, so I think that's what I'm going to do. But it does also come with the pom-pom for the top of his hat. Thought those were cute, obviously, because I bought them. And the obligatory Cupid while I was there. When we went to Golden Needle, they had like half off a whole bunch of stuff. Everything else was 25% off, blah, 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 blah. It was a Super Bowl sale. So, we went in there and we started digging through all these baskets for the half off sale. One of the things I received half off was this Shepherd's Book Pumpkin Hill. It's the entire kit half off. It's really cute. That's a sheep on a hill. Comes with the fabric threads, button, even the needles. Okay, I also bought, this one wasn't half off. I know this one wasn't. I bought this. Look how cute that is. Holiday stamp. I hadn't seen this one before. It's not new. It's, I saw the year on it somewhere. I don't remember where I saw the year, but it's not new. And it's really cute. It says it's got a magnet included. I'm not going to do a magnet. I'm going to do a little ornament, so I'll have it for my tree. Oh, 2011. I did see the year on it. Okay. Then they had these. She only charged me $2 a piece for each one of these. And there's a good amount on there, especially if you're only doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So this one is a Treasure Buried number 12. And yeah. And then this one is a blending filament. And I thought they were cute. I mean, they were originally $8 and $6. I also, this was half off. This was from Kelmscott Designs. It's called Autumn Acorn. I think that's really cute. That'll be a quick stitch. And it came with the acorn. I also got the fabric. They had it in 32 count, which is what I needed. My happy hooker that I have, they had memory. Now, memory on here is slightly darker purple than what shows on the computer, on the interwebs. But I'm okay. I'm still happy with it. I still bought it. And I opened it up to see, because it's going to be plenty. I'm going to have a good piece left over. But I did get it 25% off. Now, that being said, when I looked at it, I folded it up. And I wanted to know what you see there. Just, it's more purple than brown. I don't know whether I can get the lighting right. No. Anyway, it's more of a purple than a brown. But do you see what's a little highlighted there? This is not the first time that's happened with PTP. What are you doing? What? So, needless to say, my happy hooker will be put on this part of the fabric. Because I think it's very appropriate. Just saying. Alright, so, I swiped this up. This was 25% off. Which was a great deal. I was looking, it says new for 2019, and I'm thinking year. Again, words. I also was able to purchase Farms of Hawk Run Hollow. Half off. You should be jealous. How cool is that? Now, with this, I don't want to do all the days. I know it has all the days. I don't want to do them all. So I might not do... I'm not going to do Sundays. And I'm not quite sure I want to do Saturdays. So I might just do the Hawk Run Farm and the rest of the days and leave out the weekend. That's what I'm thinking. And I think I want to do them long ways. I think I want to do them long ways, like 2, because it's got the big block. So if I do 2 and go down like that, I think we'll be good to go. I think that'll work. I don't know, it's 10. Yeah, 2. I think that's what I want to do. And I also found this Blackbird design chart. And how do you walk out without any threads that are 25% off? So I randomly picked some. Cupid. Blacksmith Blue. And Queen Bee. Very Americana, aren't they? And honestly, well, I think I did look for the Cupid, of course. but I just looked at the other colors thinking what would I actually use, because I don't have a lot of classic colorworks. So those are the ones I purchased. And then when I checked out, they gave us this little bag, and in my little baggie, the little door prize, was a skein of avocado, along with these DMC. Some of them are older. Like this one doesn't even have a UPC symbol on it. It don't have a barcode. Neither does this one. But that's okay. 606, 744. Yeah, they're all good colors. This one's nice and bright. I think I'm using 744 for something already. So, will be put to good use. I'm going to throw this out. This crackly bag. I also purchased... Heaven Earth Design is having a sale right now. As of, what's today's date? I didn't even tell you in the beginning. February 12th. Today is February 12th. It's a Wednesday. So, they have a 35% off. And I went and looked. And there were a couple story keeps on my wish list. So I bought them. I bought this one. The story keep Maleficent. And then I bought the story keep of Ugly Birds. Look at these birds. Oh my god. I like them. Anyway, so I bought those two. Now, I also happened to get something electronic, and that would be a Galaxy Tab A for Pattern Keeper. I bought Pattern Keeper. Now I bought this plain thing for it, this plain cover for it, and I put stickers. I put Mandalorian there for when it's closed, and then for when it's open and sitting the way it does, it's got Vader. And along the keyboard area, I actually do have a keyboard I could use for it too, are coffee stickers. So the only thing I actually have on here right now is Pattern Keeper, and the issue with that is I started to go through it, but I have to update. You can only put so many designers on there. If anybody you can look up Pattern Keeper on YouTube and people explain to you, but there's only a few designers that it actually uses right now, and it finds the symbols and stuff for you, so it's got to be in a special format for them to accept that designer. That being said, I know that Heaven and Earth is one of them. I also know that Artistry is one of them. So I was able to put my full coverage, except for my realist, into there. And now I just have to color in what I've already done. So it's sort of a... And then once I do that, then I'll be good to go with just the Pattern Keeper. Alright. Oh, one more thing that I bought, I forgot at the cover. This was off to the side. Look at this cute little kit. There you go. It's a little penguin. And it comes on this little tin. It's like a little needle tin. It comes with the threads in there and the little piece of fabric that you're going to need. And the top slides back. Maybe not. There we go. I was pushing too hard. But the top slides back. This reminds me of those... remember getting like Carmex and stuff, different lip balms in these things. Anyway, that's the kind of tin it is, and it's a kit with that little penguin, and I think what I'll do is stitch it up and put a magnet in it, so it'll hold crinkly crinkly. And the last thing that I bought, and the reason why I'm leaving this for last right now, is I'm going to do a giveaway. Well, I decided that tonight. What I did was I joined the fabric party, and I can put the link below. It's a Cindy Sorley thing with Fabric Flair. She's got the fabric party, and I think the link is myfabricparty.com. I've been toying with joining a Fabric of the Month club, so I figured I need to join one that I can quit whenever I want, and this is one that I can do that with, you know, because of whatever reason. Maybe I just don't want to get any more fabric that's mystery to me. I am more of one that likes to choose their own as they go along, instead of just have random stuff show up. case in point, those ornaments. So, but Fabric Flare has a lot to offer. They have the medleys, which is, I'll show you in a moment. It's like 2 different fabrics, two different prints on one piece of fabric, and I went with the quarters. Now, when I ordered the regular kind that's going to have regular type patterns on it. So mine is a fat quarter, and the first one is called New World, and it is an exclusive, and it says it on their limited edition regular January 2020. And basically, if you really look at it for a minute, it's like a globe. It's like a rusty globe look to it. And that's why it's called New World. Because there's like cracks and stuff, and it really does look like a globe type setting thing. So that is the piece I received. Now, I signed up for 32 count, and it'll tell you 32E means 32 even weave. It's myfabricparty.com. This says New World because it's the name, just so you know what it looks like at the edge, because Gavork prints all that out, and that's what it looks like. New World, myfabricparty.com. Says it again, limited edition regular, because you could choose regular medleys, and this is for the January 2020. Apparently you can wash it by hand. I don't know what the FF stands for. Oh, Fabric Flare. Duh! Hashtag, obviously, duh. So that's where we're at. That's what I got. Now, when I received my package, for some reason, it had more than just one fabric in it. So I promptly got in touch with Cindy, and I said, hey, this is an expensive mistake for this to happen. What happened? What had happened was she didn't pack all of them. Gavork packed some of them. When he packed mine, he ended up putting both pieces of fabric, both the medley and the regular, in it. So I let her know. I said, hey, I'll put it on the side. You let me know. She talked to the Gavork, and she said, she's a good person. And he said, that's fine. He said, it was my mistake. Let her have it. So, just so you know what you can get, here's a possibility. Now, obviously, you're probably not going to get this one because this one was for January. But this is a medley. It's a fat quarter. So basically, it's 2 different fabrics in one, and they're both going to be fat eighths. Right? Now, this one, it's called 2 for Spring. And it's 32 count even weave. And this has flowers, but they're sort of muted. It's like a shadow of a flower in it. And I'll use that. I really like this. I think this would be cool for like maybe one of the pixies. A Nora pixie. Because you got to watch what size. Now the other one is a daisy print. Like on some wood. If you look. It looks like wood slats. I don't have anything that would go on that. I don't know that I would have anything that would go with this. So what I want to do is I want to offer you the daisy half. So for my giveaway, what I'd like you to do is in the comments below, I'd like you to comment something with the name Daisy in it. I will do a search for Daisy. So if you're interested, remember it's 32 count even weave. I do prefer that you want to stitch it, not want to sell it. Want to stitch on it, you really like it, it's something you want. Don't just enter just for the sake of possibly getting something new. I want it to go to somebody that's going to use it. It is even weave, so think about that. Do you stitch on 32 count even weave? If not, it's probably not the giveaway for you. I will do a drawing before my next video in 2 weeks. Hopefully, unless I get more visitors, and then it might be a month. Who knows? And, you know, hey, I'll take visitors anytime. Well, not any visitor. Okay, let's back up. I will take my friends visiting, and there's only a certain few that I'd want to stay with me for a whole entire week. I'm sure there's a certain few that wouldn't want to stick with me for a whole entire week either. But neither here nor there. I'm going to do the giveaway. My dog is wagging his tail and sticking his head on my lap. So so I think he thinks I should be done, which I am just about. Comment with Daisy if you are interested in 32 count even weave, and stop shaking, stop. And I will do a drawing and send that half for you. Now mind you, it's only on one side. This is the one that's printed on one side, so it's pretty much white on the other and you can see through. Alright? Alright. Now, more plans. I'm going to try to keep with my sales and or challenges. I do know that Good Friends is going to happen tonight. I'm going to be stitching a little bit. And Hulk Castle is going to get some love. And my Dragonfly is going to come back out. This dog, I'm telling you. My Dragonfly is going to come back out. Hasn't seen anything for a while, so that's going to happen. I also have Alphabet Soup. I have to figure out what I'm going to do for the letter D, which maybe I'll do Dragonfly. I mean, I have to do 200 stitches, so maybe it'll be Dragonfly. That sounds like a plan. There also, if you're interested, the Stitchers Coven, they have sales. They have like quarterly sales, and this year they have an annual sale. The annual sale is called TSC, Sick in the Head. Not sick in the head, sick in the head. And I should have it in my long list of hashtags below. That's an all-year thing. Stitch on your head or your full coverage. And put that hashtag with your posts, especially on Instagram. We'd love to see them. Join the group. Just answer all the questions, please. If you don't answer the questions, we are not going to accept you. It's just bottom line. If you can't follow rules, then we probably don't want you in the group. And that goes for any group, by the way. Any group that I run, if you can't follow simple rules as far as answering the questions, then why am I going to trust you to be in the group and actually do what you're supposed to do? I'm tired. I don't know. Can you tell I'm a little aggravated and tired of people? Another thing we have going on until the end of February is hashtag Immortal. I'm trying to make sure I have it down right, because sometimes the initials in the front, sometimes in the back. Amy, make up my mind. It's hashtag Immortal Beloved TSC. That is going on until the February 29th. This is the one, I guess it's bi-monthly this time. So it is an homage to Valentine's. Whether you celebrate Valentine's or not, we would love to see your stitching on something that's loved. Whether it be something that's got hearts in it, whether it's got a love story in it, maybe you're stitching it for somebody you love, maybe it is your most favorite project ever and you love it, go ahead and stitch it and put the hashtag on and let us all see it. Go ahead. I am looking to see on my notes if I have them. I want to show my floss storage, but everything's happening where my videos are getting long and it's not going to happen anyway. I think what I'm going to do is videotape it when I get a few minutes to do so I could show you how I store my floss. I'm not saying that's the way to happen. I'm saying it works for me, and at the moment it does, but now I'm actually thinking maybe it doesn't. I don't know. So everybody's got different ideas. Share them. Make a comment. When I make the video, we'll talk. We will talk. Anyway, I have bags to cut out, so that's going to happen first. And then maybe when I get a chance, I'll do the video of the floss storage, and then I can either put it as a separate video. That way, if you want to see it, you'll just see that. Or if I have a short video, I can tag it on there. There you go. This one's probably well over an hour, and I am out of here. Don't forget, don't let anybody steal your sunshine. See you in a couple weeks.